Shalom, shalom, lekulam.
Shalom, Rabbi Akiva. Shalom, shalom. Nice to meet you.
Everyone. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, Rabbi Akiva.
Shalom. How's everyone? Okay. Back to work. So today, as usual, it'll be 30 minutes of grammar and then an hour of text. Who here knows Hebrew well?
I don't, Rabbi Akiva.
No one? Okay, because I was hoping you guys could also read inside, but I guess I'm gonna do that while you guys build your skills. So today, the first thing we're going to do is learn about the numbers, right? In Aramaic, because we saw some yesterday in the text. I just thought that it's best you guys know this as soon as possible. Okay, so numbers.
Rabbi Akiva.
Yes.
I have the book. Are we coming out of the book? Yes. Are we coming out of the book today? Should I go to a certain page?
Okay, yes. We will be in page, chapter 9, the first page.
Chapter 9, the first page?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I have it.
What's called Zakulos. Cardinal numbers.
Yes. I'm going to note it down because
Cardinal numbers. Okay.
It's so sweet. Oh.
Okay. Can you guys see what's on the board, or should I use a different color?
It's clear. For me, it's clear.
Okay, great. Okay, so as we well know that in Hebrew, so that in Aramaic and as well as Hebrew, there's the feminine and the masculine version of a noun or of a verb. So for the numbers, it's the same thing, right? So first we're gonna masculine. So we're going to see both. Okay, so let me just write here. 1 in Hebrew. No, sorry, in Aramaic is Chad. Did I write it? Yeah, it's Chad. Just like in Hebrew, it's Echad, right? So all you just pick out the A, the Aleph, and it gives you Chad. I'm just going to start with the masculine. So this is 1, Chad. 2, right, is Tre. Okay? Or Tre or Tren. Tren. This is tough. Tren. Okay? This is 2. You will also sometimes see it written without the nun, like this. It means the same thing, right? So this is Chad is one. Tre or tren is two. Okay? So, for example, in from what I know of the Zohar, I've often seen quotes where they talk about the tren meshichin, the two meshichin, Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David. Tren meshichin, the two meshichin. Three, okay. Three is telat. Telat. Okay. Telat. This is three. As we had seen before, if you remember, last week during the first limud we had, that it was explained how taf, right, can correspond. Taf in Aramaic can correspond to shin, right? So if you just change that, it would be shin, lamed, shin, right? Shalosh, right? Here it's telat, right? Three. Four, or I should say telata, telat or telat. So really, it should really be telata, but it can also be telat. That you will also see. In my experience, Aramaic has this funny way of dropping certain letters from time to time. I'm not too sure why. Telat, telata, or telat. Right? Here it's even like shlosha, right? Telata, right?
In Arabic, it's the same process, basically.
Yeah?
Yeah. In Arabic,
Yeah?
it's the same process. Yeah.
So they also say this, like three.
Thalatha.
Yeah, well, nice. Interesting. Thanks for sharing. Rabbi, no, quand j'ai fini, je te poserai la question. So 4 is very similar, basically identical to what it says, what it is in Hebrew. So 4 would be Arbea. Sorry. Arbea, which is like Arba. It's basically the BSC. Arbea. 4. Right? This is 4. Okay. 5 is Hamsha. Right? Hamsha. 5, like Chamesh. Okay? Alors, 1, c'est Chad, okay? Comme Echad en hébreu. 2, c'est Tren, ou tu peux aussi dire Trait. Des fois, tu vas voir que c'est écrit Tren, Trait, c'est la même chose. 3, ok? 3, c'est Telata ou Telat. Si on se souvient, la semaine dernière, on avait vu que le Tav en araméen, de temps en temps, correspond au Shin en hébreu. Alors, Telata, si tu changes ça, Shin, et Shin ici, ça va être Shalasha, Shalosh. OK? 4, c'est Arbea. OK? c'est que presque identique à Arba. OK? 5, c'est Hamsha, comme en hébreu, c'est Hamesh ou Hamisha. OK? 6 is Shita. Shita, okay? This is 6, Shita. Or sometimes I've seen it written as sheet, just like this, which basically means the same thing. 6. Okay? Ça dérange prendre le. Alors 6 en araméen, c'est shita ou shit. Encore le tav, ok, de l'araméen correspond de temps certaines fois au shalosh. Si tu changerais ça, ça ferait shisha, shesh, tu vois? Mais en araméen, c'est shita, ok? Ou shit. Okay. J'efface et on continue. I'm going to erase and we're going to continue. Also, everybody remember, this is just the masculine. There's also a feminine form. We'll see the masculine first. Okay, so now we're at 7, right? We're at 7. 7 is Shiva, which is exactly the same as in Hebrew. Shiva. Okay. Just like in so 7 is Shiva, which is like Sheva in Hebrew, so that's easy. Le 7 c'est Shiva, juste comme Sheva en hébreu. En fait, la seule différence ici que en hébreu c'est un He. Shiva. Ah, excuse, non, mais je veux dire, la dernière lettre, c'est Shin, Bet, Ayin, He. La dernière, c'est ok, alors 8. So 8, right, is different. Now, an easy way to remember 8 is that you remember that Shin of the Hebrew sometimes corresponds to Taf of Aramaic, because Shmone, right, in Aramaic is Temania, okay? Teman, yeah. Teman, yeah. right? If you just take a moment to think with me, remember, this in Hebrew would be a shin. So it's not a perfect comparison, but if you just think shmone, right? If you turn this to a shin, it's almost like shmone, okay? So temania is 8. Alors le 8 en araméen c'est temania, ok? Et une façon de se rappeler de ça, c'est de se souvenir que des fois, le taf en araméen correspond au shin. Si je changerais ça à un shin, c'est presque comme shmone, shemania, shmone. Ok? 9 encore, c'est facile parce que c'est très similaire en hébreu. Le 9, c'est tisha, ce qui est exactement le même en hébreu. Tisha. Seule différence, c'est qu'il n'y a pas de he à la fin. Au lieu du he, il y a un aleph. Ti. Sha. 9. So 9 is Tisha, which is exactly the same in Hebrew. Just in Hebrew, this would be a hey at the end. So that's from 1 to 10. And then finally, 10 in Aramaic is Asra, which maybe is also how they say it in Arabic too. How do they say it?
Ashara.
Asra Asra 10, which you see is very similar to Eser. It's basically the same. Ayin, Samek, Resh. Eser, right? So in Hebrew it would be Asara with a hey at the end. In Aramaic it's Asra. Okay, so that so far is from 1. Alors pour le 10 c'est Asra. C'est très similaire à l'hébreu, jusqu'en hébreu c'est Asara, avec un hey à la fin, mais c'est les mêmes lettres. So that's from 1 to 10. So that's from 1 to 10 in the masculine form. Okay. Thank you, Rabbi. Now we're going to see the feminine form, which is different, but not that different. That it should cause you any trouble. So 1, let's go back to 1. Okay. Okay, so 1 in Aramaic in the feminine form is Chada. Okay. Chada. Chada, 1. Okay. 2, okay, is Taften. Okay, it's very similar to Tchen or Tchen. Here it's Taften written like this. Taften. Taften. 2. Okay. 3. Alors, le 1, c'est Chada. OK? Et le 2, ça se dit Taften. C'est très similaire à trait, mais c'est un peu différent. Au féminin. OK? Le 3, sur 3, in the feminine, right, form is telat. Actually, that's what I was referring to before when I said that sometimes you can also say telat. Telat is actually the feminine form. Telat is 3. Four is Arba, which is exactly how you write it or you say it in Hebrew. Arba. 4, right? Alors, le numéro 4 en araméen au pluriel, ça se dit arba, juste comme en hébreu. Le numéro 5 en araméen, ça se dit hamesh, juste comme en hébreu. So 5 is hamesh, just like in Hebrew. 5. So that's easy to remember. As I said, Aramaic is very close to Hebrew. That's why it's very helpful to have a basis in Hebrew. It'll make it just a lot easier. Okay? 6. 6 is Shet. Which is very similar to what we saw before. Shita. Okay? In feminine, it's Shet. Shet. 6. Okay. Then 2 more. 2 more numbers. Tu as dit moins 10. Moins 10. We're almost gonna do 2 more, and then we're gonna go into the text. Okay. Now we're at 7. Again, Baruch Hashem, it's similar to Hebrew. It's exactly the same as in Hebrew. So it's Sheva. Okay. 7. 8, it said Tamne. 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 Okay. Shmone in the feminine form. Alors, 7, ça se dit Sheva. Ok. 8, ça se dit Tamne. 9, ça se dit Tesha, juste comme on dit en hébreu. Tesha. Tesha. Tesha, 9. Finalement, 10. 10, c'est 10, c'est Asa. Ok, 10. Asa. Ok, on a vu. Et je vais voir du numéro 1 à 10. On a Meir, version masculine, version féminine. Maintenant, on passe au texte. So we just saw the numbers from 1 to 10 in the male and female versions in Aramaic. Now we're going to pass to the text and do some reading. Because reading is really how you learn the language. We're in Parashat Vayeshev, which happens to be the parasha of the week I converted. This is maybe why I picked it. Right? Vayeshev Yaakov. If you're gonna put the text in the group. Take out your Targumim, please. Oh, you won't find it there. You won't. Here. Shimon, ça de prendre une photo de. Okay.
Rabbi Akiva, we in Targum Onkelos or
Yes.
the Aramaic? Okay.
Targum Onkelos. Parashat Vayeshev. As you probably know, Rabbi Jerry, that there's another Targum on the rest of the Tanakh from Yehoshua all the way till the end, till the 24. It's called Targum Yehonatan ben Uziel.
Okay.
But now we are in Targum Onkelos, which is on the 5 books. Okay, so let's start. We had said that Ilen Tuldat Yaakov Yosef Bar Shevas Ascheshenim Kada Hava Rae Imachohi Be'ana Vehu Merabe Im Bene Bina Ve'im Bene Zilpa. Okay, so, these are the generations of Yaakov. Yosef was 17 years old when he was shepherding the sheep. When he was shepherding the sheep. Sorry. Alors, comme on avait vu hier, on avait dit que la traduction du Targum, c'était et voici les générations de Yaakov. Yosef avait 17 ans lorsqu'il comment ça se dit? Prendre soin des moutons. Garder les moutons avec son frère, avec ses frères. Excuse. Ok. Vehu merabeim bene bilha veim bene zilpa. Ok. Neshe avohi ve'aiti Yosef. Okay, so we saw a few new words here. Sorry. Sometimes the Targum will hit you with a word that you do not know. That's why we have dictionaries. I'm just gonna look for a dictionary. I'm just gonna look in the dictionary real quick.
Robert Akiva, where we at? Chapter.
We're at chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. Le chinois, Reich, ça vient quoi? Reich, ça vient à peu près quoi? Hein? Reich Asima, il y a tête, il y a Dav, Resh. Mhm. Okay. No, okay. Okay, so he said, verse 1, so Ilen Tuldot Yaakov Yosef Bar Sheva Asre, Shinin Kad Havahaye im Achohi ve'ana ve'hu merabe im bene Bilha ve'im bene Zilpa Neshe Avori. So Elan, these are Tuldat, the generations of Yaakov. Yosef Bar Sheva Esre Shenin. Yosef was 17 years old. Kad, when Hava, he was Ra'e, shepherding im with Achohi, his brothers, Be'ana, the sheep, Vehu, and he, Merabe im Bene Vilha, Ve'im Bene Zilpa, Neshe Avohi. Okay. Alors, oui. I'm just looking for a definition for the word Rabbe. We're going to look at what the word Rabbe means. Okay? So the dictionary says the word Rabbe. Do you guys see this? When it says Vehu Merabe, right? Rabbe says it means to grow, to grow. Rabbe from Rav or Rabbah, great, right? So in this form, Merabe means to cause to grow. But in this context, it means he grew up with them, right? He grew up with them. As we know, as a consequence of Yosef Tzadik's mother dying, he was raised by Bilhah, yeah, who was the Pelegesh of his mother. Therefore, he grew up with the kids of the Pilagshim. Vehu Merabe, and he grew up, right, with Bene Vilha, the children of Vilha, the Pelegesh of his father, who was given as a servant to Rachel, his mom. Veim Bene Zilpa, and with the sons of Zilpa, the other Pelegesh of his father, Neshe Avohu, the wives of his father. Ve'aiti, okay, this is a new word. It is also a word you're going to see a lot. Okay, so IT, means the IT, Yosef, basically Yosef brought, so basically IT is the word that we're seeing, which comes from this verb here, ata. Okay, ata, not like in Hebrew, that means you. Here, it means he brought. Okay? When you see this in Aramaic, it does not mean you. It means he brought. And you'll see different variations of this based on how it's conjugated, right? So, and Yosef brought, right? Ve'ati, Yosef, right? And Yosef brought Yat, Dibhon, Bisha, Levat Avohi. There's a lot of, so this is a word you're going to see a lot. Remember, this means he brought. Okay?
He brought.
Okay? So the rest, it says Yat. Yat is also a word you're going to see a lot in the Talmud. Yat is the Aramaic equivalent. So first one, Yat is like this. Yat. Okay? Yat. Okay? Yat is the Aramaic equivalent of, in Hebrew, et. Okay? Et. This equals this. This is Aramaic. This is Hebrew. They have the same function. Et and Yad, basically, it's the what we call the like it's like a directional adjective. I think it's called directional adjective. I think it's called adjective, and we don't really have this in English. Okay, alors comme j'avais dit, excuse, j'ai oublié d'expliquer en français. Le mot ati, je vais juste l'écrire encore une fois. Ati, ça vient du mot ata ou du verbe. C'est deux verbes. Et ata ne veut pas dire toi comme en hébreu. Ata veut dire il a, a apporté. OK? OK? Ata. Il a apporté. Tu vois, vous verrez ça beaucoup et souvent. Oui. Et maintenant aussi, on a vu maintenant un nouveau terme, yacht. Vous verrez aussi beaucoup. Yacht, c'est l'équivalent araméen de être en hébreu. En fait, ce que ça donne, c'est un adjectif, je crois, qui te donne la direction auquel en fait, il donne le sujet du verbe. OK? Pronom démonstratif. C'est un pronom démonstratif.
Non, c'est pas ça.
Parce que je sais qu'en français, il n'y a pas de. En anglais, il n'y a pas d'équivalent.
Pour le démonstratif, c'est genre deux. Tu parles de quelqu'un.
Le fils.
Non, je comprends avec HR.
OK. Être. Comme. OK. Je vais juste vous donner un exemple, comme juste pour répondre à la question de Rabbi Iré. Shalom Rabbi Orlando. Vayelchu echav lirot et son avihem bishchem. OK? Et ses frères sont partis garder les moutons de leur père à Shrem. Et, comment est-ce que tu allais traduire et en français? Et hadson. Lirot. Alors ça donne lirot, c'est un verbe. Ils sont partis là garder quoi? Les moutons. Mais il faut que tu mettes le et. Tu peux pas juste dire lirot son. Ça se. Tu vois? En araméen, tu dirais yat. OK? Par exemple, l'araméen ici, c'est Va'azalu achohi le mire yat ana de avuhon bishchem. Okay? So I was just explaining that yat has exactly the same function as et in Hebrew. It's like a directional adjective. It does. I think that's what it's called. It basically tells you. It basically says to you to what the verb is, the subject, I guess, of the verb. Okay. So here,
Exactly.
Yeah, right. It tells you the subject of. I don't think that there's a equivalent.
For example, give me this. Tell me et is that.
Exactly. Et, right? I don't think there's a equivalent in English. There's but it's something that's I think that's particular to Semitic languages, right? It's particular to Semitic languages. So I'm sure we'll have the same thing in Arabic too. I'm not sure, but I would suspect, right? And just to give you guys an example, for example, no, it's fine. I think you guys understood it. Are there any questions about Yat?
Non, je crois que c'est tourné de page.
Non, c'est.
Ah, c'est le même.
J'avais juste seulement tourné de page pour répondre à ta question, mais c'est la page, ok? Dibhon, ok? Okay, so Ve'ati Yosef Yat Dibhon Bisha Levat Avuhon. Dibhon, c'est la traduction américaine de Dibatam. Et Diba, est-ce que tu peux prendre une photo? Et Diba, en la traduction, en fait, c'est du Lachon Hara. OK? Alors, en hébreu, c'est Dibatam. Leur Lachon Hara. Diba, c'est juste c'est quand tu racontes ce qu'ils ont fait de mal. Okay, alors, il a rapporté à son père leurs mauvaises actions, dibatam. OK? En araméen, c'est dibron, comme on avait vu. Hon, c'est leur. Right? Les hon. Leur. OK? So said, yeah, theirs. So we're saying here, Ve'ati Yosef, and Yosef brought Yat Dibhon, a bad report. Dibhon is the Aramaic translation of Dibatam. And a Diba is like, I don't want to say Lashon Hara, but basically it's the bad actions that you're telling about that someone else did, right? They did something wrong and you're saying, oh, he did this and this. That's called Diba. In Hebrew, it's Dibatam, their bad actions. And in Aramaic, it's Dibhon. As we saw yesterday, Lehon means theirs, right? So Dibhon, their bad actions. You take the hon from Lehon, theirs. Bisha is also a word you're going to see a lot. Bisha. So I'm going to write it. Let me just make sure I'm writing this right. Bisha means ra, right? It means bad or evil. Bisha. Example, Lishna Bisha is Lashon Hara. Lishna is Lashon, Bisha is bad. Lishna Bisha, Lashon Hara. Okay? Okay. Levat Avuhon. So Levat is also a word you're going to see a lot. Levat, I'm going to look in the dictionary, but forget that. Levat basically just means towards. Okay? Levat, towards. Don't confuse it with yat. Like, it might seem they're doing something similar, and in a way they are, but it's not the same thing. Levat, written like this. Levat. Levat means towards. That's towards. Levat. So Yosef brought the bad reports, their bad reports, towards his father. Or in English, we'd say to, right? Or that there, to, or let me just make it two, right? Alors, il y a le mot ici. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on avait dit? On a dit, Yosef a amené le mauvais du Lachon Hara, Dibron Bisha, ok? Bisha, c'est un mot que vous allez voir beaucoup. On finit bientôt. Ça veut dire rat. Okay? Bisha. Alors, par exemple, si vous entendez le terme Lishna Bisha, c'est Lashon Hara. Lishna, c'est Lashon en arabe. Bisha, c'est mauvais. Lishna Bisha, Lashon Hara. Bisha, ça veut dire rat. OK? Levat. Levat, Levat, comment l'expliquer? Comment dire two words
À son père, vers son père.
vers? Okay. Alors, Levat, c'est comme dire A avec le petit accent A ou vers dans le sens de dans le sens directionnel. Alors, Levat, c'est un mot que vous allez voir beaucoup. Levat, ça veut dire A ou vers. Alors, il a amené quand il s'est écrit ici, Yosef Yadibron Bisha Levat Avuron, c'est vers, il a amené leurs mauvaises actions, du Lachon Hara sur eux, vers Levat Avuron, leur père, encore Avuron, de Léron, qui veut dire leur, Avuron, leur père. Ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui. That's going to be all for today. Does anyone have any questions, thoughts, comments, something that wasn't properly explained? No?
That's great.
Okay, great. Tomorrow, so that the next shield is going to be on Thursday. So until then, I would just recommend that you guys just go over your notes, try reading the Targum on your own. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. If you don't read, you're not going to learn. So thank you for your time, and have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, quick question.
Yes.
From yesterday, I missed yesterday. What should I study to catch up? What should I study from yesterday?
So yesterday we had done. I'm going to tell you in the book where.
The video is on YouTube channel.
So the video is on the YouTube
Okay, it's already up.
channel. Yeah, it's over.
Okay.